Do Keir and Orley have a history? You talk too much, and you make things difficult on purpose. And even after that, I care about you enough to throw away things I believe in feels possible. Now everyone has something. Everyone has something? What do you mean? Halo, don't. Well, everyone has something that they can't stand, right? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Sleeeeepy. If you are returning, I missed you, sleepyhead, and if you are new here, it is nice to meet you, cutie pie. And welcome to the hub of all things oh so cozy, oh so sleepy, oh so sweet. So, you guys, today, we are returning to a certified hood classic. Certified hood classic. Amen. Amen. Can we get an amen? We are going to be playing Obscura Chapter 2, The Depths. Just a little precursor. I will only be showing about 30 minutes per character of the different routes, and I won't be getting any endings in my videos just to respect the creators and their wishes. But regardless, it doesn't matter because we're excited. We're so excited. It doesn't even matter. So I'm excited. You're excited. Let's do it. Okay, y'all. So we are going to start with, so just so you know, only 2 of the characters have updated so far. It's just Keir and Sirius. But you know we have to do Sirius last because he's serious. So we're going to start with Keir. I missed him. I missed my enemies, my first enemies to lovers. Okay, so we just got done drunkenly going home. But we came to a juncture where we can choose between going down the corridor, visiting Griff's house, or passing Shell's place. And you already know we have to visit our short king. You know we have to visit our short king. You know we do. I'm so excited to see Griff. I have no idea what compels me to walk towards Griff's house. Perhaps I just have a masochistic streak and want this headache to be worse. Oh, fuck. To my incredible misfortune, he's sitting on his doorstep scrubbing his boots. What the fuck are you doing here? I'm walking. Yeah, just taking a normal little stroll. You know you're supposed to go the other way, right? Believe it or not, I came here on purpose. I don't believe it. And whatever you're here for, you're not gonna get it. I've already spoken for after all. Are you suggesting I'm here for... Gross! You're the one saying it, not me. No need to pretend. We all know the truth. And what truth is that? You want to fuck me so bad you're in denial about it. In your dreams, maybe. Nah, only in my nightmares. Then why did you bring it up in the first place? Somehow, as I stump away, I feel a little better. In more than one way, this is a dead end. I only have one option. Love him so much. It's been a long morning and it's hardly even started. Keir's blue shutters are perpetually shut. He doesn't enjoy folks popping their head in to say hello willy-nilly. But I can see flickering firelight through the gaps and the door has been unlocked for me. Just before I throw the door open, I put a hand on the wall and murmur, I'm back into the wood. Keir does it every time he comes back, and though I don't fully understand the reason, I've picked up the habit. Perhaps he thinks the house worries about him when he's gone. If that's the case, I hope the house worries for me as well. That's really cute. Took you long enough? Did you sleep at the pub and cause trouble for Dee? Not sure. I was impressively drunk at the time, and not all pieces are coming back to me. It's cute how you think you were only causing trouble at the end of the night. Oh, you think I'm cute? You've obviously got some alcohol in your system if that's the kind of response you're giving me. But he still puts a hand on my back and softly pats it. Go lie down and collect any brain you've got left. Breakfast will be done in a bit. Breakfast for the champion! I'd give you chores to do, but I don't think you can handle it. I can handle anything. I can do it. No. Absolutely not. Anyways, our merchant contact is coming to town later. He is a lot. You'll want to be arrested to deal with him. Can't be any more than you. Huh? You're huge. I don't know how anyone can be any more than you. Let's put it like this. Would you like to carry one full-grown mountain herder dog or 8 of its puppies? The dog would be difficult, but puppies would definitely get away from me. And that's what I mean by a lot. Finish your breakfast. I see. I do as I'm told. Not because Keir told me to. I'm just hungry. He puts things away in the washing bucket, but doesn't start on that. I'm gonna take care of my knives for a bit. You should probably go take a nap. He sits on the large chair, the one with enough space for 2 people. I think I sit with Keir. That's not a good napping spot. If I sleep now, it'll spoil my rhythm and I'll be up late again tonight. If you want me to be knocking around here in the middle of the night, I'll go take a nap now. Fine, whatever. There's a book on the side table I pick up and page through. Whatever it is, I can't understand it at a glance. Perfect for keeping me awake. Meanwhile, Keir is setting out both his knives and a piece of fabric laid over his lap. He starts the process of sharpening his knives. Read, ask about the knives, ask why he talks to the house. Yeah, why do you talk to the house, babes? So, why do you always talk to the house when you're back? You've got me doing it too. But I realized I don't know why. I'm not telling the house I'm back, I'm telling the bones. You realize that sounds more alarming, right? What do you think happens when people die down here? They get tossed down a hole? Great way to make a horrible corpse pile that probably infects the groundwater. Then you burn them? Yeah. There's a cavern where the roof caved in and it's open to the surface. And now there's a cremation kiln set up there. But they don't burn hot enough to dust the bones. So you keep the bones? And make glue out of them. It's one of the things that keep the houses together down here. I don't know how to feel about that. That's quite pragmatic. That's rather grim. That's somewhat beautiful. I think it's somewhat beautiful because it's like you're always Like, no matter what, they're always helping each other out, and they're always watching out for each other. Your people may die, but they still symbolically keep living in the village together. Poetry. More or less. Anyways, I don't really believe in ghost stories or lingering spirits, but there's nothing there. So we tell the bones coming and going. If someone dies or someone's born, might as well respect the bones that built this place. I'm going to be part of it someday with my mother and old friends. Keir lore. It's a bit like the ravens. Ravens? A tradition from the surface. Ravens take the souls of the dead, so the living tell the ravens news to bring to their dead. Births mostly, but also marriages. Except, you tell things to the glue that builds your house. Basically the same thing. He shrugs. Now you know. Should I keep talking to the house then? You live here, don't you? Keir turns back to his knives, and I feel like the conversation is over. I turn back to the book I picked up. I'm busy taking care of my big, sharp knives. I'll tell you to do whatever I want. Fine. This is exciting. This is exciting. Oh, I'm excited. Keir, it's been a while. Why do I know his voice so well? As soon as Keir and I walk into the square, I am met with the sight of a man striding towards us. Could have been longer. The other man seems to realize he's not gonna have to hug or handshake or whatever he's coming in for, and instead slips in beside Keir and throws an arm over his shoulder. Keir doesn't shrug it off though, he just stands there and looks annoyed about it. Don't say that. Given how popular I am today, I fear I may have stayed away too long and deprived you all of my presence. I missed him so much. And I have already heard from Griff that you might have gotten some goods best taken off your hands sooner rather than later. Keir turns his head to me. You see what I mean about him being a lot? Several handfuls from the look of it. The merchant turns his attention towards me for the first time. If you want to know how much of a handful I can be, we can discuss it later. I start a little. Did he... Excuse me? I didn't think he noticed me. But first, introductions are in order. Call me Yandere, bringer of goods and good news. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Bringer of Goods and Good News. I'm Sleepy, holder of no fancy titles to speak of. You're the little lookout Griff spoke of. Griff called me little? Him? Yes, I'm now seeing the irony of him saying that. I hope you won't mind holding my saying it against me. I don't think I can blame you for Griff slandering me. You see what I mean about getting along with him? You both love the sound of your own voice. Shut up! And while you, a man who always has a quip at the ready, don't like talking at all, do you? Oh, Keir doesn't like talking. He likes arguing and complaining. Yandere throws back his hand and laughs. You're right, Sleepy. Forgive my error. Just picking on Keir. This was a mistake. You're the one who insisted I stop sleeping and come here. The fault is all yours. Now, none of this talk of mistakes, unless you've suddenly and dramatically changed, which seems unlikely given how long we've known each other. You'll want to get down to business, and I have business to get down to. Ask about Yandere. Say, Halo? Yeah? Do Keir and Yandere have a history? Are you sure this is all of it? Why wouldn't it be? Last I checked, you're a very talented thief. He turns away and stretches, joints popping. Yeah, you're funny and original. No one's ever joked about me being a thief before. I can't help it if the joke is still funny every time. You can absolutely help it. Nope. Aren't you supposed to be tired from last night? You made for a very good pillow. I feel fine now. I may be exaggerating my fineness just a bit. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you something. What? You and Leander have some history. Or, well, no one actually confirmed it, but Halo told me the answer was private, and that usually implies there was something to be private. Tell me. That's not a question. I want to know what the history is. It's still not a question. All right, what is your history with Oleander? What do you want to know? Curiosity? I know he's staring at me through his mask. He's just like, I am over you. It matters to me a bit. I want to know. There's a long moment where I think he's going to just ignore me and leave. Fine, let's talk. He's seated in the chair sized for two, and I take a seat right on his lap. Amen. He pats the seat right next to him where I was napping only a little while ago. How serious is this talk? I thought they was just... Am I about to hear a tragic romance? Some terrible fight? I sit down with him. Not as serious as whatever's going on in your head. You don't know what is going on in my head. Given how much you talk, I have a good guess. We weren't anything serious. He came to Mousehole a while back. Needed a place to stay. Was willing to help out. Like you. Did you abduct him too? I can't believe you're still griping about that. It took a few months before he was really able to get himself back on his feet and do trading again. And during those few months, you can probably guess, he's always been good looking and his charisma is genuine. I don't know what to do with this information. I love it. I love it. Who was the bottom? Nope. Don't tell me. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for that answer. It was always going to be a temporary thing, but for a while it was nice. And then it very suddenly wasn't. Oh no, what happened? It's not my story, really. I was just there. But I can tell you this. The Oleander you met today is not the one I met back then. He's changed a lot. For the better. That, and he's incredibly annoying. Yes, we used to fuck. I wish he didn't treat it like a big funny joke. Haha, Keir, we used to have sex. Used to. Too busy, and having you hanging around isn't helping. Not sorry. We can... Not gonna out myself. Yeah, I thought so. Keir rolls his shoulders. Still got work to do. There's always work to do. Mending and repairing. Everything's always falling apart. Cooking, washing, moving things, laundry. So much laundry. Minding the children, cleaning the house. Fucking my husband. We love our bisexual king! Our bisexual king! I like a good meal, music, and good company. But you're above the... Did he just call us good company, like, slyly? Alright, Keir. Now that I know... I'm leaving it alone. But you're above the concept of luxury. I understand. I suspect Keir is rolling his eyes behind his mask. But there has to be something you enjoy. Just for its own sake, you wouldn't be so well adjusted, relatively I mean, if you deprived yourself of any indulgences. Keir's quiet a lot longer than I would have thought. Soap. Soap? When I'm having a bad time. If Mousehole is in good shape, then... But I'm doing bad. He's blushing! When I'm having a bad time. If Mousehole is in good shape, but I'm doing bad. I get myself the nicest soap I can afford. Soft soap that lathers well. With pine oil for a good scent. I didn't need to know that he smelled like pine. I still have a heavy enemies to lovers with him, and I don't need to know that he smells nice. I don't need it. Huh. So, you're a normal person after all. Terrible. What is Is that even a question? I don't enjoy things is a bit of a strange and radical stance for a person to take, I think. We're only mortal after all. So, I was just wondering something. Alright, good for you. I was wondering if I could ask you some things. Depends on what the things are. I doubt my secrets are going to be much value to Keir, but I don't want to promise them to him for no reason. Your face. What about it? I'm curious. Well, I could say the same about you. Please, please, please. Let me fuck him. How about it then? Alright, let's talk. What color are your eyes? Starting strong, I see. What color are your eyes? Inquiring minds want to know. No, you have to answer my question first. Says who? Says me. On what authority? On the authority that I'm bigger and stronger than you. Alright. I cross my arms, making sure he can see the gesture. Fine. I'll tell him. Okay, look. Oh. Blue, green, gray, hazel, brown, gold, violet, red. I have heterochromia. They're brown. My eyes are brown. Huh. Well, do you feel like you know and understand me better now? You know what? I do, a little bit. Even though my eye color is meaningless to who I am as a person, I get to hear enough about what you're like as a person already. You won't shut up about it. I am not that vain. You don't have to be vain to tell me what kind of person you are. You just do it by being yourself. I just wanted to know if your eyes are a nice color. Oop. And do I pass muster? You'll just have to wait until I see them and decide if they're a nice color, won't you? Jesus. He suddenly taps my shoulder, the one farther from him, and pushes me slightly closer to him. Something brushes my hood. Well, it's close. What was that? No idea. Someone's carrying a pipe or post around from the looks of it. You may not have noticed, there are some strange people here. Oh, really? I hadn't noticed anyone here was strange. Anyways, another question for you. Do you have a gap between your front teeth? No. I do. I don't. What is it? Your fetish or something? Yeah, what is it? Your fetish or something? No. How would it even be a fetish? You're the one who just said, You're the one who just said there are strange people running down here. I think you're the strange one for assuming it's a sex thing. It's not? How would it? He huffs loudly. It's cute. I think it's cute. It's funny how, first of all, he's seen our mouth, hasn't he? Because we eat. What kind of question? It's funny how wind up he is about this. Just answer the damn question, alright? I don't have a gap. I don't. My little sister does, but I don't. Sorry to disappoint. It's not common. I wasn't expecting it. All of your expectations for me that low? Very nearly, yeah. You've proven yourself good at our gigs at least. Whatever. I guess your smile would still be nice even if you don't have a gap in your teeth. My smile is amazing. Thanks for asking. One day you'll have to prove it to me. His flirting is hardcore in chapter 2. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for Big Daddy's flirting. Okay, now it's my turn. You got to ask me some questions. You have to answer mine. Fine. 1. I did 2. You got 2. But I only agreed to answer 1. Swat. A scowl wouldn't reach him, so I swat Keir's arm. I'm not trying to hurt him. I just graze his bicep with my fingers. He glances down at me. I'm pretty sure he got the message. So what's your question? Choose wisely. What's your eye color? Do you have a gap in your teeth? How far down do those freckles actually go? We're doing them all. How far down do those freckles go? You've got a lot that I can see, but in hotter seasons I do a lot of hauling work shirtless. So I guess it's just wherever the sun touches. You know, like normal freckles. Oh, alright. Wait. Is this a sex thing? No! 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 It's not like you and your teeth gap fetish. I was just wondering. It's not a fetish. Someone glances at her. Keir notices too. Our voices drop. It's not some kind of freckle kink, okay? I was just really wondering. But it was you flirting. I might have been, but you kind of missed your chance to tell me your freckles go all the way down, and maybe I should check to see how far it goes. But now the moment's gone. It'll come back. Huh? Now that I know you're horny for my freckles, maybe I'll just go shirtless next time I head out. Make sure there's lots of them that you can find. He sounds unbearably smug. Maybe it's to get me too defensive. I was just curious. I don't have a thing for your freckles. At all. I really want to see his freckly face. Okay. It may be a little bit of a lie at this point, but I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of hearing me say it out loud. My turn again. Unfair. I demand 2 questions. I'm bigger and stronger, remember? I get to do what I want. Fine. I cross my arms just to make my displeasure with his tyranny extra clear. What? He stops for a second, pondering. What's your best facial feature? I don't know. I'm trying to like look into the... I guess I have nice eyes. I have a good smile. Eyebrows? No. Eyes? Maybe. Lips? Maybe. Nose? It's cute, but no. My jaw? Nah. Cheeks? Oh, I do have good cheeks. Forehead? What is that? Is that a thing? My eyes, obviously. Can't you tell? He bends down so that our faces are much closer. Somehow, I feel a flutter from his stupid vacant mask from all the things getting closer to me. Oh yeah, very obvious. I was being so stupid just now. Couldn't see what was right in front of me. Keir cracks his knuckles. Ew. So, if I sum it up, brown eyes, you like your eyes best, and sadly, no gap teeth. Yeah, I think that's right. So, do you feel like you understand my face now? I think I'm starting to understand. Probably the best I'm gonna get until I see your face for real. You think I'll like it? You will. Probably not. I was lying. I'm a cutie pie, cause why not? I am a dream wrapped in a mysterious mask and cloak, obviously. Well then, I guess I'll look forward to seeing you one day. Maybe. I can't hide the smile in my voice. The flirting. I can't take the flirting with him in chapter 2. As much as he complains about it, Keir enjoys our little back and forth as much as I do, and this has been plenty of fun. 5 of us, Leif, Halo, Griff, Keir, and myself, gather in the pub as we usually do before a gig. Well, everyone has something that they can't stand, right? Leif hates laundry duty. I don't like cleaning up at the pub. You and Griff being each other's punishments is the funniest, though. She laughs to herself. I can't help but notice the omission in her list. And what about Keir? I was about to say that. You wouldn't dare. Keir has something he can't stand, right? Halo. I expect her to wilt under Keir's implicit order to say nothing, but instead, Halo leans in a little and her voice turns conspiratorial. Keir is really good at being a honey trap, but he can't stand it. Really? I mean, it makes sense. He's tall, he's big, and like he's strong. He would make a really good honey trap. He would trap me. I would be trapped. I would be honey trapped. I get it. I try to imagine Keir as a seducer, the bait of someone, romantic or sexual trick. I can almost see it, but not quite. It's really impressive. Hey, Halo. Thanks for volunteering to help Delight down in the pub for a whole week. Worth it. No way is Dee gonna make you do it once she finds out you're getting what you're getting punished for. Keir sighs. I'm admittedly still stuck on the thought of Keir actively seducing someone. It seems so out of character. It's almost laughable. Yeah, shut up skills off, G. You know, Halo, I really can't believe it. It sounds fake, doesn't it? But it's the truth. I look over at Keir. He's definitely trying to stand as tall as possible, forcing me to tilt my head back. Care to give a demonstration? You're kidding. We have a job right now. We're not on a strict schedule, are we? We're not. And I'd really, really love to see the master at work. You should. There's a lot to learn. We're just about to be eye-fucking each other in front of everybody. That's terrible. I've been smiling too hard. This game is hilarious. I bet Mr. Grey Swan over there could learn something too. Yeah, I bet I could learn something. Really, Griff? I don't know why I work with any of you. You're all impossible. He rolls his shoulders like he's preparing for a fight. Then his posture gets completely relaxed. Okay. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Hold on. I gotta mentally prepare. Hey. His tone of voice was completely changed. He sounds calm, even confident. Not the least bit tired or annoyed like he normally is. Oh, not them leaving. Why y'all leave so fast? Hi. Sorry, I'm Callum. I'm a bit of a regular here. And maybe it's just a new mask, but I've never seen yours around here before. Is that a problem? The opposite. He sounds so genuine that it's hard to not get swept into the scene he's setting. He glances around the room. Here. He pulls out a chair and turns it, straddling in the... He is so extra. He pulls out a chair and turns it, straddling the seat to sit on it backwards. He rests his arms along the seat back in a way that looks completely natural. Now I only have to look down slightly to look at him properly. A bit easier, right? It is. Thank you. Thank you. Oh God. There's a moment's pause and somehow I feel compelled to fill it. I'm Sleepy. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sleepy. What brings you down here? A bit of private business. I don't really want to talk about it. He laughs softly and turns away, bringing a hand to brush the back of his neck. Sorry, I won't pry. Then he turns back to me. Sorry, I don't usually do this. Do what? Approach a stranger? I'm not usually so forward. What made me the exception? The way you move. There's something about it. I know how that sounds. Kind of weird. I know. So... Oh, he's blushing. His ears are blushing. Oh, I love him. So, how do I move? When you've been down here as long as I have, you notice that people are usually very guarded. He's doing something with his voice, speaking in a softer way, more breath in his voice. If I didn't know him, I'd say it was nicer on my ears than his usual grumbling, but I do know him, and it sounds strange. And you're not. You seem comfortable here. Can you blame me for being curious? When you word it like that, it almost sounds reasonable. Do I really look comfortable here? I'm used to Mousehole now, and I don't expect any of the people here to attack me, even Griff. So, what do you want to know? I'm a very mysterious person, of course, so I can't tell you much. You don't want to talk about why you're here, but how about what you've seen here? What's the best thing you've seen? The best? You, Big Daddy. This isn't a good place, but it's not all bad. The auction house. There's a nice shopping street. This is a nice place. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. You're making the trip worth it. If Keir is allowed to act out of character for the sake of this interaction, there's no reason I can't do the same because it's actually just how I am. Oh, thanks. Was I giving it? You did approach a total stranger because you were interested in her appearance. Okay, that's fair. And what would your answer be if you weren't teasing me? Who says I was teasing? Besides me, then. I expected him to say shut up or change the subject. Despite my best efforts, Keir has a broken character. They were wrong. He's good at this. The only reason any of this feels wrong to me is that I know Keir is a grumpy bastard, not this friendly, polite character sitting before me now. Burst into laughter. Let him end let him end. Let him perform. Give him a round of applause. His name is suddenly on my tongue, like I need to check that he's still there. Keir? Suddenly, his whole posture changes. The performance is over, and then he speaks again in the rough deadpan. Callum. I introduced myself as Callum. Oh, right. I remember that Lave, Halo, and Griff are watching us. They weren't lying. You're really good at that. It's not just me. Those 3 demons can do it too. Most marks aren't interested in a giant man, so they usually play honey traps instead. Even when they are into you, you try to find ways out of it. Because I don't like doing it. It's too bad. I kind of liked Callum. That's because Callum is a facade for you to like. Well, he was effective. Why can't you be that nice all the time? Why should I be? Being friendly is nice. It makes it easier to get along with others. You've been getting along just fine with me this way. He's not wrong. Fair enough. Alright, let's talk game plan. Okay, so this is after the heist. The quiet holds between us for a moment. The view is breathtaking, showing me this clear display of trust on Keir's part. If only it wasn't an obvious placating gesture. You should have told me. If you knew this whole time, then you had a duty to tell me. Keir is so still and quiet for a moment, it feels like he's a statue. Then he crumples, face in his hand. Why did it have to be you? Before I can try and pick up on what he's saying, he's moving on. You know why I didn't tell you. Because I wouldn't trust you to uphold your end of the deal. There's no way you'll get me Lunary Core if it means killing a person to get it. You're too noble to sacrifice their life. But you're pretty fucking cavalier with mine, huh? I guess I'm just not worth saving. He doesn't say anything. He knows he deserves this. Were you ever gonna tell me? Or was it just gonna stay a secret until I died? Poor Sleepy. Died looking for a cure. Or at least you got some cheap labor from her while waiting for her to die. You are not going to die. Everyone is working to find a cure. You took away a chance at it just today. You don't fucking get to say that. It's one thing to get Lunar Core that's already been made. You're saying you want to kill Thorn for it? I don't take it back. After a moment, Keir sighs. Could you have left Thorn there, in that state that he was in? It's not easy when you see the person you'd have to sacrifice. It should be hard. That means you still have your humanity. The world doesn't always get to let you keep both. It should be my choice. You've been keeping my ability to choose from me. I die. It's your fault now. You could have saved me. I know. But I understand why you're like this. I don't agree, but I understand. We don't actually know how it works. There's some kind of drug involved. There's torture. The slow kind. Who tortures? Who tortures? Who put us on that rice and made us kneel and said, this isn't torture, this is pleasure? We coming for you next, Sears. We coming. I'm pissed off. Every time we are so close, we always get so close to being so close to Keir, and then he does something that just like it's like such a betrayal each and every time. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm gonna forgive him each and every time. Sit down. Keir looks so tired. I'm not exactly full of energy after our escape either. I settle down on the ground, leaving space between Keir and myself. It's not comfortable, but it's relief on my feet. So my life matters less to you than your morals. I try not to word it as an accusation. Everything about this is painful, but I can understand Keir and his beliefs. Maybe I can get him to understand mine. Everything does. I'm not trying to protect my soul or anything. I'm a thief. I've killed to protect myself and others. I've lied more times than I can count. I'm not a good man. Yes, you are. But I have to believe that there's things that are evil, even if done for the best of reasons. That there are things that are good, even when done for selfish reasons. Using someone, abusing them so their unwilling suffering is to another's benefit. You would have saved Thorin, even if it meant destroying Mousehole, wouldn't you? If it was a choice between one person's life and 100 lives, I would save the hundreds. But the houses, our belongings, no more valuable than a life. I would burn down every building myself if that's what it cost. That's way too rigid. You can't live like that down here. That's what Griff says. And he's right. Keir laughs a little. I won't tell him he said that. Mousehole exists because the world is cruel. We went to the marketplace because the surface rejected us, and then had to hide even when the marketplace turned us away. It would be easy to justify cruelty in the name of our survival. Some of the things Griff has suggested would be crossing that line. But that's his job, to find every advantage possible, to give us a fighting chance at living good lives. He had to be good for something. He's also a damn good thief and a good friend to me. So, Griff suggests doing bad things to make money and you tell him no? That means turning down opportunities that could have helped. And someone else, someone worse, got a benefit instead of you. Sometimes, yeah. The worst people are usually the ones benefiting. That's how the world works. But there needs to be something that matters more than just self-centered survival. I guess I need it. The only reason I've survived this long in a world as dark as this is by holding on to that. If you hate this, hate me for it. I understand. I'm not going to try to convince you that I'm right about everything. Just, this isn't me trying to be pure or arrogance that I know the right way to live. It just lets me survive. Stand up and punch. Stand up and punch him. Stay quiet. Lean against him. Lean against his ass. I shuffle slightly until there is no space between us. Keir flinches for a moment, and then seems to realize that I'm not about to try and hit him from this angle. As he relaxes, I lean against him. He's becoming a favorite pillow of mine at this point. He always does this to me. Do I understand? Yes, especially because I remember when he said that he was talking about how it was hard for him, or when he had days that how the mouse hole was doing good, but he was doing not good. So I'm assuming that he goes through bouts of depression, and like using the soap was like a nice grounding thing for him. So like him holding on to this is literally like holding his self together, and it's okay. We'll go back. I'm not mad at you for now. You're right that I would want to save Thor too, if that was my choice, and I'll get over everything else eventually. I know it's not the same, and I don't expect it to make things better, but I meant it when I said everyone was looking. All of us are using our connections to find out what's going in and out of the market. If Lunar Core enters the market or is sold here, we'll know. Even Yandere was on the case. Your deal with him wasn't the start of his search. Sleepy, I don't expect this to make up for everything, but I want you to know that I will do whatever is necessary to save you. Even take off your mask so I can see your face. Even if that means robbing the auction house. For you, I'll be the first thief to steal from the auction house itself. All right, the heat behind those words knocks me breathless. Shit. It's not exactly strange for me to feel attached to Keir despite everything, but now I'm starting to feel just how deep that attachment really is. I'm counting on you. I know. He groans and drops his head into his hands for a moment. I know I don't exactly deserve it, but I wish you'd go easier on me sometimes. Why would I? You know why. His ears are turning red. No way. There's no way he's blushing for this, the reason I think. I don't know why, actually. I don't have a mind reading powers. Keir groans again. Are you actually going to make me say it? You seem to be under the impression that I'm doing this to give you a hard time, but I'm very confused. Because you're always giving me a hard time. Because you deserve it. But this time, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I am actually getting more confident every second that I know what Keir is talking. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I'm like, I am actually getting more confident every second that I know what Keir is talking around. But I also can't believe it. If I don't hear it directly from him, I won't be able to believe it. Keir sighs. I'm too emotionally attached to this man. I need to leave. I care about you. A lot. I hold my tongue, despite the impulse to start talking. And after a moment of silence, my patience is rewarded. I wasn't ready. I'm not ready. I don't need this. Romantically, despite my better instincts, you talk too much, and you make things difficult on purpose. And even after that, I care about you enough to throw away things I believe in feels possible. He runs a hand over his face for a moment. And it's not like I've been subtle about it, so I'd appreciate it if you'd stop tormenting me by playing dumb. Not subtle? A reasonable person wouldn't think you liked me at all. What do you mean, not subtle? Is this actually happening? Like this? Oh my god. Everyone else who matters already knows. I get so much shit from it. Okay. I get so much shit from the others for giving you special treatment. The only reason they don't make fun of me when you're around is to keep you from feeling uncomfortable. What? You're joking. He isn't. Even I can tell. I wouldn't joke about this. I'm not Oleander. This kind of thing isn't a game to me. You know that. Keir. He steals people from traffickers and gives them a safe place to rest in his home. He's a good man, Savannah. Stranger is the wrong word for Keir. Look, I know you don't feel anything about... I'm about to lose my ever-loving mind. Look, I know you don't have to feel anything about me. I definitely don't expect my feelings to be mutual at this point. But if I can ask you one thing, it's some kind of answer. Yes. You have amazing timing. First, all this information about how you've been lying to me, and then this? You must love giving me chores. And all this while I'm dying. But this is something I can work through now. I hold my hands together tightly under my cloak. Despite everything, despite already knowing Keir's answer, I'm nervous. First, you're not in any way obvious. You refuse to be nice or have fun. How was I supposed to know you like spending time with me? We went on a date, Sleepy. I bought you a fritter and everything. Leave me alone. I thought we were just hanging out. You have brown eyes and I can't stop thinking about what they might look like. You and I have very different ideas of what's obvious. This is obvious. I'd kiss you, but our masks got in the way. Despite everything, I feel the same about you. I just spend time with you because you have incredible people skills. I care about you too. I am so flustered. You know, I care about you too. Keir pauses. I don't think he was expecting me to simply and genuinely reciprocate. Nothing to say about that? Shut up. He really doesn't have anything to say to that. I freeze for a second. Right, that was a confession of romantic feelings. I'm not sure how anyone is supposed to transition gracefully out of a moment like this. Sleepy, I want to kiss you. Kissing someone and still not knowing what they look like. That's pretty fitting down here. Keir runs a hand over his mask, adjusting it slightly. So, do you want to go home and... We can figure that when I get there. Hello? Yes, we can go home and... I want to do the and. Give me the and. I am so thirsty for him. Keir starts to say something more, then cuts himself off. I hear it a second after him. Footsteps. Ooh, thank God we put our mask back on. They're like, oh, they in there kissing. Keir! That isn't someone just wandering where they wandered off. We follow the voice back the way we came. Keir, there's a fire. What? I can just about see the person approaching us. It takes a second for me to recognize that it's Shell. I've never seen them so worked up before. Sleepy, we need to run. There was a lot. That was a lot to take in. That was a lot to take in. That was a lot to take in. I'm not mad about it, but that was a lot to take in. First, let's start with the good. Let's start with the fantastic. We got to get scared. We got to admit our love for Keir. Okay, so y'all know I've been having an enemies to lover and lovers to enemy. I'm so flustered still. Oh my god. Y'all know I've been having an enemies to lovers with Keir since chapter 1. Yeah, it was. So for us to finally get to the lovers, I feel like I'm flustered. Like I loved it. I loved everything. Ooh, child. I loved the little date. I loved the date. I loved the closeness that we got with him. I loved his questioning of ethics, like us questioning his ethics, and like just, I don't think this is gonna have a happy ending no matter what. I don't. And like, I'ma still play it, and I'm still excited for it. Because it was so good. And if it does have a happy ending, something, we're gonna see. If Griff dies, they're developers. Do not kill my short king. Please. Please. Do not kill my short king. I hate Griff, but I love him so much. Please don't do that. Please. Who are we gonna banter with? Because now Keir loves us and he admitted it. So like now we don't have anybody to like banter with. So like we can get on Keir's nerves, but he's kind of like, they're so cute. I want to see their brown little eyes. Like, there's probably gonna be a lot of stuff that you guys don't see because I had to cut it out, or I had to edit it. But I've really loved the development. I'm so excited for chapter 3, but I'm also excited for Francesca and Francesca. I'm excited for Francesca and Orleander. I'm really excited for Orleander now that we had like some extra lore from Keir. I'm also nervous for Sears because like I'm pretty sure we gonna see. I'm gonna hold my thoughts until the next video. But as always, I love this game. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I love having you here. I love seeing your face. I love being so sleepy and oh so cozy. And remember that day by day, moment by moment, we are blossoming like a flower of lavender, calm, collected, and fragrant. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh my god, I love that game so much.